Toastmasters, respected leaders and distinguished guests. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is our fourth week of intense workshops and seminars about the preparation of the course. These courses and the preparation of the contest, These courses and seminars are prepared by Division C, District 104. Today, we're gonna have an amazing lecture, an amazing workshop. You're gonna see all about it because, you came here knowing who is going to present. I'm not gonna spoil anything to you. Before we start, I would like to remind you with the Toastmaster International Mission, we empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. And I would like also to remind you with the district mission, we build new clubs to support all clubs in achieving excellence. Few rules to remember before we start. Kindly mute yourself upon entry and use the chat box if you have any questions. Another reminder that this meeting is recorded for further educational purposes. Now I would like to give the screen to the Division C Director, DTM Saleh Ba-Khutma.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadaga, for this amazing introduction and for being a great surgeon at arms. Now, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, distinguished Toastmasters, district leaders, welcome all to the fourth session in English seminars and workshop about contests, speech contests, and all about Zoom and how you are going to conduct speeches, online speeches. Now, before I start, I need to start officially. So I announce that the meeting is open. Thank you, our leaders. Thank you for attending. I just need to recognize the presence of distinguished Toastmaster Abdullah Filimban, our District 104 Director, 2019 to 2020, and also distinguished Toastmaster Bashir Ambalaban, our quality contest chairman, and also all the area directors, Toastmaster Ilyas Baghsh, area 27 director, all the club presidents, club officers from all over the district, and also distinguished Toastmaster Servaz Sheikh, our PR director in District 104. I hope that I didn't forget any. But before, can have a few words from our distinguished Toastmaster Abdullah Filimban to honor us with inspirational talk.
Thank you very much, DTM Samia, Division C Director. Really, I'm so happy for this kind of preparation. We are preparing ahead of time because we are caring of the members. And this is the reason that we always saying the most important element in our district is the member. So thank you very much, DTM Samia. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Zaki, for this initiative to make this training for all district and guests. I hope, inshallah, will be very, very enjoyable session as we, inshallah, expect from the good trainer that we have tonight. Back to you, DTM Samia.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Abdullah Filimban, for this great words from you. Now, without further ado, let me welcome our facilitator, our MC, our what is called the person who is going to lead this session today. She is a friend, dear friend. She is the Division C Administrative Manager. She is also Surgeon at Arms at Odyssey Toastmaster Club. In the last year, she was the VPE of Odyssey Toastmaster Club. She is enjoy Toastmasters. She is loving Toastmasters and also being a TME. So that's why we chose her today to be our MC for this workshop today. Thank you, and the stage is yours, Toastmaster Karima Tani. Please welcome Toastmaster Karima Tani to the stage.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Samia, DTM Saleh Ba-Khutma, for that introduction. Fellow Toastmasters, most honorable guests, good evening. Okay, so I don't think anyone can blame me here for loving to be the TME. It's the person who is on the stage the most, right? And we are all here in Toastmasters to enjoy the stage. That's why it's my favorite role. Now, today I'll be the facilitator for today's seminar. I would like to remind you that if you have any type of questions, kindly write it down in the chat, and I'll be introducing your question during the question and answer session. So until then, please keep your mics muted and write all of your question there. Now it's time to introduce the person who will be presenting tonight. But before that, the unshakable optimist Simon Singh said, "We can't all be good at everything." I agreed until I realized he clearly did not meet Toastmaster Zaki. Our presenter for tonight proved something wrong, or proved that something is wrong in my opinion, which is the new generation is good at everything, but doesn't really know how to enjoy it. And the old generation enjoys everything, but they're not really good at keeping up with everything. Toastmaster Zaki has proven this wrong completely. He's a person who does everything with a huge smile and enjoyment and makes everyone follow him. Toastmaster Zaki has many accomplishments. We all know that he's our Area 8 director. We know that he's the District 104 Pathway Ambassador. He's the club president of Saudi Toastmaster Club, one of the rising stars. And he holds many, and I say many, officer positions in different clubs. Now, without any further ado, I will give the stage or the screen to Toastmaster Zaki.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karima Tani, and I'm not that old, by the way. Thank you, Toastmaster Saleh. So, fellow Toastmasters and most honorable guests, if there are any, welcome to our fourth workshop for the online contest. And today's workshop is for role players and contestants. Now, before I start, I was telling distinguished Toastmaster Abdullah Filimban that this workshop will include some brief or introduction to Zoom. So I will start, and before I start, I would, as Toastmaster Karima said, if you have any question at any moment, you may send it to Toastmaster Karima, and Toastmaster Karima will pick the right time and stop me and ask the question before I move to the next segment. Thank you, Toastmaster Karima. So we will start with our presentation. As you can see, today's presentation is about best practices for online contests for role players and contestants. Now, our agenda is Zoom in brief, speaker, contestants, role player, and in contest, role players are two people only. The timer and the sergeant at arms. We do not have a grammarian, we do not have an counter, we don't have a vote counter, and judges are not considered to be role players. We don't even know who are the judges. So role players are timer and sergeant at arms, and the role player is a timer. Actually, sergeant at arms is not even a role player. He has some roles in the contest. Equipment and tools, Zoom rooms, and sergeant at arms. So we will start with Zoom in brief. Zoom in brief, we'll be talking about creating a Zoom account. How do we change our name? How do we change our profile picture? Changing the background image and picking the best background image, adjusting and testing your audio and video, and joining a meeting or a contest. Okay, so this message is for people who do not have Zoom account. Most of us use Zoom website to join meetings, but most of us do not even have an account. We just click on the link and join a meeting. So let's take it from the beginning. If you want to create an account in Zoom, you go to zoom.us. I think you can see it in the title, Zoom at US, or you can write in Google Zoom, and it will guide you to the website for Zoom. On the main page, once you go into Zoom, you will see a sign up, and it says it's free, or in the main page, it says sign up for free. Now, there are two options to create an account in Zoom. The first option is using your company email address or your school email address, the one that is given to you by your school or your company. And the other one is creating a personal Zoom account. In our case, we will create a personal Zoom account. So when you click on the sign up for free, it will give you an option, your work email address, or on the bottom of the page, it would say sign up with Google or Facebook. So you can pick Google or Facebook. However, if you write your email address here, your personal email address in the block, it says work email address, it would accept, and it will create an account for you using that email. In my case, I used my Outlook email, so I didn't have to use my work email. So once you sign up, you have a Zoom account. It's as simple as this. There are no complication. Zoom is very, very easy to create an account. Of course, we're talking about the free account, not the paid account. We're talking about the free account. So this is the way to create a free account. Now, best practice is to download Zoom application in your computer or your mobile. Do not use or do not log in from a website. Log in from the Zoom application. So start the Zoom application, and on the top of the right page, you would find where it says sign in. So once you sign in, this would be your start screen every time you start Zoom application.
Toastmaster Zaki,
Yes.
if you are changing the screen, is not showing.
We don't have a screen now?
We only see the same page of creating the account.
How come?
Kindly stop the share and reshare. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. As we said, you can use your personal or work email, or you can use Google or Facebook and create your account. Once you create an account, it's simple, easy, simple task. Once you create your account, you should download. Do you see the next screen now, Toastmaster Karima? Okay, great. So I would suggest that you download Zoom application in your laptop or your mobile device, and always join the meeting from within the application. Why? We will talk about this in next step. So once you download the application, go to the top corner and sign in. Sign in with the username or the email you used for registration, and then you will have this screen as your startup screen. You have a new meeting, you have join and calendar. So why do we suggest you start or you join any meeting from within the application? It gives you the option to rename yourself before you join the meeting. And this is strictly required in contests. In contests, you have to join with your correct name. As Toastmaster Al-Hadi yesterday mentioned in the Arabic lecture, we cannot accept people to join the contest with their username iPhone or Huawei or Galaxy or Samsung. We have to know exactly who is joining the meeting and what role they are taking. So As you can see, you click join and it gives you this window. You can put the meeting ID and then you can put your desired name. So in my case, my name is Zaki, but when I'm joining a contest, I would say contestant 1. Or if I'm joining a meeting as a general evaluator, I would write GE and then my name. So it gives you the option to rename yourself before you join the meeting. The next two lines are very essential. The first one, it says, do not connect audio. Do not select this checkbox. Leave it empty. Because if you select do not connect to audio, it will not connect to the audio and you will not be able to speak. But the second line, however, it is essential to click it, to put the check mark. Why? In contest, we don't join the contest and our video are on. Almost every single person in the contest have the video off, except for 3 or 4 people who are the timer, the contestants, and the contest master. So once you input the ID, the meeting ID, and your name, you can click join, and this is how you join a meeting. So it is very simple procedure to create a Zoom account and even a simpler procedure to join a meeting. Now let's talk about Zoom preferences, Zoom options. And on next slide, you can see in the top corner, there is a small gear icon. That gear icon will take you to Zoom options, and Zoom has lots of options. If you click it, as you can see, you have about 12 different or 10 different options, and you can choose or you can go through each option. From my point of view, the most important options are the audio and the background. So in the audio, you would be able to select the equipment you're using as your mic. So for instance, if you are using a laptop and you are connected a headset, you can choose which mic to use, your laptop's mic or the headset mic. Also for the speakers, you can choose which speaker to deliver the audio to. And now this is very important, always, and this is very essential for contestants, always before every contest, go to the audio option and test your mic just to make sure that your mic is working properly and the connection is okay, nothing happened, nothing will distract you when you enter the contest. The second option we suggest was the background. On the background, you can select a virtual background. And as you can see on the bottom of the page, it says mirror my video. Mirror my video, it either, that depends actually in your laptop's camera or your mobile camera. If your image is flipped, I mean right is left, left is right, then choose mirror my video so it would display the correct side. From experience, do not use virtual background if you are a contestant. I will give you a very simple example. You see me clear now. Imagine I do this and look at my arms, look at my face. So imagine that you are a contestant delivering a speech and suddenly that what judges see, no hit. So from experience, do not use virtual background if you are a contestant. You can use a virtual background in a regular meeting, it's okay. But in contest, don't. It will impact your score negatively. So I would suggest to have a clear wall behind you, bright color, and no virtual background. By clicking this small plus button, you can add images to be your visual background. So for future use, you can click on this plus sign and add any image you can imagine. It's not limited to anything, and you can even add small videos. Generally, these are the most important option you need in Zoom. So I hope this will help you in preparing yourself for the contest season. Now, during the meeting, we will talk in details about other roles, but during the meeting, if you want to change your name, if you entered the meeting, then you remember I did not change my name. You have two options. The first option, if you go with your mouse at the bottom of the page, you will see an icon says participant. If you click on that icon, you will have list of participants, and then in front of your name, you would see more. Click on that more and you can see rename yourself and edit profile picture. So that's one way. The second way is you can click on your own video, the three dots, and you would see a rename option. So anyone who is not familiar with Zoom may try this now. Click on the three dots next or in your picture frame, and you would see a rename, so you can rename yourself. Of course, you cannot rename anyone else unless you are a host, but your own picture, you can rename it. Now, before we continue, is this clear? Do we have any questions regarding Zoom? Yes.
Master Zaki, thank you so much. So far, the questions I received, you answered them. Just one question, which is regarding the naming of the contestant or the role players. Can they write shortcuts for their names?
Okay, that depends 100% on the contest chair and the master contest chair. Actually, it's their decision to choose what naming criteria will be used for the contestants and role players. It depends from one contest to another and from one contest chair to another.
Okay, I just received another question. Do you recommend the paid account, or does it give any extra functions, or should we just keep the free account?
Actually, the paid account is pretty expensive. It's $15 per month, and it doesn't have any extra option except one thing. With the free account, you may host a meeting between you and your colleague for unlimited time, but more than two people, it will be limited to 45 minutes or 1 hour. With the paid account, it's unlimited. So why do we need a paid account if you are not a club president or an area director or a division director like our beloved division director? She had two accounts. So unless you need the long timing meeting, 45 minutes is more than enough for more than two people, and for two people only, it is unlimited. So the free account is farewell.
Okay. Sorry, one last question, which is about the background. Although you already said we don't recommend virtual backgrounds, people are asking how to go to the setting of the background.
Okay, so as we said, we have two ways. The first way is you go into the small gear in the Zoom main screen, and then you select the background and filter. That's the first way. The second way, if you are within a meeting, next to your video where it shows your video camera, there is a small arrow. You select that arrow and it will say choose virtual background, and it will take you exactly to this screen. So next to your video, and most of you have their videos crossed now, you see a small arrow, click on that arrow and it would say, or it would gives you option. One of those options is choose virtual background.
Clear. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Zaki. That's the end of questions.
Okay, so now let's go to the second part, which is the speakers or the contestants. And those people drove us crazy last year. Last year, we did give them sessions after session, yet some contestants failed to follow the simple procedure because they thought it would not matter. Now we will see how serious it is. We will cover proper device, connectivity, room preparation, best background, media equipment, and stage mapping. So we will not be talking specifically in the same order, but we will cover each and every aspect at one point. The first thing is the device. Do I go with the tablet? Do I go with a laptop or my mobile? Again, from personal experience and from my own point of view, that's my own preference. Don't use a mobile device for many reasons. The first reason, the very first reason is battery life. If you're using Zoom, battery consumption is very high. So your phone will not last that long and it will be overheated very soon. That's the first thing. The second thing, you might receive a call that would put you on hold during the contest. So avoid using your own mobile phone. Tablet and laptop, both options are okay and both are doable. However, laptop is easier to put still in a position where it's facing you, where tablet, sometimes it's not, I mean, I don't think I've seen a tablet that can stay 90 degrees, stand at 90 degrees. Most tablet will go up to maybe 75 degrees, which will, the camera will, the camera angle will not look good at you. And we will see that more details in next few slides. So from my point of view, the best option is laptops. Use laptops, it's your best, and always choose a laptop with a high definition camera. Do not use a laptop or a desktop and then get a cheap camera. It will destroy your speech. If you are using a low quality camera, that will not help you in the contest at all. Connectivity. And that is an issue with distinguished Toastmaster Samia always. Connectivity. Alhamdulillah, Toastmaster, DTM Samia is not competing, otherwise she would lose at the first 5 minutes. Always pick the best room in your house that has the best connection, and make sure you collect all devices from your family so they don't consume your internet connection. Or at the least, you can subscribe to a 7 days unlimited internet from STC, Zain or Mobile just for the contest. But it is all your responsibility. So if you lost connection, then it is your responsibility. If you have a weak signal, it is your responsibility. You might lose the contest because of a connection while you are delivering an amazing speech with an amazing content, yet you would lose because of a connection. So connectivity is very, very serious issue in contests. You need to make sure, don't try the connection place or location at the day of the contest. Try it for several times, few days before the contest, a day before the contest, 2 days before the contest. You may log into meetings, Zoom meetings, using or at the same location to ensure that you have a very good connection. So connectivity is very important issue in the contest. You see two pictures, one in the left and one in the right. In the left, you don't see anything. You see just the face. Some people did this last year where they had light behind them. So if you have a light behind you, that's how judges exactly would see you. This is how judges would see you if you have the light behind your back. So don't think it would not matter. It would matter. It would affect your scoring grades. Now, on the right side picture, that person did everything by the book. And you can see, just look, we will talk about this picture in details. The green background. So he had a solid background. Look at the mic. It's professional microphone. So it would pick his audio and deliver it clearly, crystal clear to everybody. So even judges can judge him for that, for the voice tone. Now look at what is he using to make the laptop in his eye level. He's using books, he's using puzzle cards, he's using everything, a chair, just to make sure that laptop is leveled at his eye, or the camera, laptop's camera is level at his eye, at his eyes. This is crucial. Some people would put their laptop at their lap and do the speech or do the contest, and that is not feasible. We do not want to see your nose. We want to see your face. So always make sure the camera is at your eyes level. Now, the best thing for lighting is to have the light in front of you. Have the light facing you, so your face would be bright and people would be able to see your facial expression. Now, those 4 images, on the top left image, you see the ceiling, and that is purely wrong. We do not want to see the ceiling. On the second picture on the right, top right, you see the floor level. Again, that is not correct. We do not want to see you from the top. The bottom 2 pictures are perfect, eye level. So you are looking not at the screen, you're looking at the camera exactly. Have the camera at your eye level. This is the best way to do it. And keep in mind, in contests, you do your speech, or most of contestants do their speech while they're standing. I'm doing this workshop while I'm sitting. So think again, if you're gonna do a speech while you're standing, then how high you need that laptop, arrange, prepare yourself. Unlike Toastmaster Karima last year, she started preparing the laptop level during the speech. I remember Toastmaster Karima. I remember. Yes, I was there. So make sure that you do the preparation before the contestants start. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days before, not the same day, not 5 minutes before the actual start of the contest. Mic. There are hundreds and hundreds of mics. Don't buy the cheap one. Don't use the 5 riyals headset. It will not help you. It might even stop working during your speech. I'm not saying buy 500 riyals mic, no, but buy something or use something that is at least with a good quality. Don't use a very poor quality headset or mic set. Use something that is a good quality. there are multi options, or you can just use the Bluetooth. You can use the normal phone, iPhone or Samsung's headset, earset that has come with the mobile. It's of course, except iPhone 5, it doesn't have anything with it. So you can use that headset or earplug, and or you can use Bluetooth. But again, Bluetooth, yeah, that's you hear me. Yeah, but that's Bluetooth or wired. Why? Yes, you can use a wired, but again, you need to make sure that it's working fine. Test it with your friends, and make sure that it has an adequate length in the wire. Yes, Toastmaster Karima, don't use something that is 30 centimeters. Otherwise, you'd be stuck like this to the laptop and doing your speech while you're standing and sitting. So you may use Bluetooth devices or wireless devices, yet if you are going to use a wireless device, make sure you get a high quality wireless device that is capable to be powered or to be operative for at least an hour, so you don't run out of battery. Now your stage area, and that's very important. Some people would think, oh, with Zoom we don't have a stage. No, no. With Zoom you have a stage, and that it's more difficult than a physical meeting, because in a physical meeting you have the full stage, but in Zoom meeting the stage is controlled by your camera. So if you are 2 meters away from your camera, then your stage is limited. If you are 4 meters away from the camera, then you have a bigger stage. However, your face would be much smaller. So you need to be an engineer to get the perfect measurements of how far should I be from the camera and how wide is my stage. Based on experience and based on last year's experience, we found out the best dimensions or the best distance from the camera and the speaker is between 1 to 1.5 meters. So it would show your face expression, and yet it would give you enough space to move. Now, before the contest start, mark your territory. See, you can even record yourself. Put masking tapes on the floor and mark your staging area and do a speech while you're moving in the stage, and then review that video. Is it clear? Is it okay? Is it acceptable? And adjust the tape and the distance from your camera until you get the perfect results. So this is an essential tool that you need to use in online contests. The stage mapping, it's very crucial. You need to be very careful on how to adjust or how to measure the stage and how far is it from the camera. I hope we covered everything from a speaker point of view. And Toastmaster Karima, if you have any question, please hit me.
Okay, Toastmaster Zaki. Again, mashallah, you answered most of the questions that came. One more question, which is, can I record the meeting if I am not the host?
Negative. Unless the host give you permission to record. But if you're not the host, you cannot record the meeting, but you can request the host to give you permission to record. So the host can give permission to anyone, to even guests, to record the meeting.
Okay. I have a question to Toastmaster Zaki, which is, when I'm looking at the camera or the camera's in front of me, who should I have on the screen? Should I see myself so I can watch my stage mapping?
Don't do this.
Okay.
Don't look at yourself if you are delivering a speech. It will drive you crazy, because any mistake you do, you will try to correct it immediately. So The best practice, for best practice, have the timer.
Okay, have the timer.
The best in front of you.
Okay, I received two questions with this. I think they are similar to Toastmaster Zaki, which is should I do it sitting or standing?
No, you can. There is nothing in the book, in the rule book that says you have to deliver the speech standing. However, there are about 15 to 20 points for this, the movement, the body gesture. So imagine delivering a speech like what I'm doing now. You only moved your hand. So you would lose lots of points. Many judges, they measure points, measure your body gestures, measure your stage mapping. So to get high point, you need to do it standing and you need to utilize the stage.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Zaki. I think this answered the question about moving around while doing the speech as well. So thank you. No more questions.
Thank you. So one more thing before we go, and that what should the camera show? So is it only my head? Is it my whole body? That depends on your speech. That totally depends on what material are you delivering. So if if your speech need, or your whatever you're talking about need to show your feet, then you need to present your whole body. If not, then from the belt, from your belly to about 20 centimeters above your head should be covered by the camera. So it's not required that your feet are shown, but we would see you moving. So stage mapping is visible and we can see it, is visible for everybody and we can see it, and judges can measure and judge you for the stage mapping without seeing your feet based on your movement in the camera. So it doesn't have to show your feet, it doesn't have to show the floor unless it is needed by your speech and your material. Okay, so now we move to our role player, the timer. Okay, now I believe it's DTM Walid Kazim, if I'm not mistaken. I hope he's the one. He shared a small videos that were amazing, amazing videos. I will show you those videos in a minute. So role players timer. The timer need to do three things: background image, green, yellow, and red cards, and cover your camera. Why am I saying cover your camera? So I will show you something. This is the timer background. Why am I saying cover your camera? If you cover your camera, you would have this image. However, if you turn off your video, then you would have this image. So we do not want this image. We want this image. So even if he switch to green, yellow, or red, it is much better than this. For contestant, they do not want to see my face. They want to see the red, green, and yellow. So timers, please, please, timers, always, as a timer, always not turn off your camera, no. Timers always have your camera covered with a small tape. So it would show the image perfectly. There are 4 images that are used for timer. The timer background, the green background, yellow background, and the red background. Those 4 images are, I think every single Toastmaster in the world have them by now. Everybody used them last year. So it's available everywhere. And if anyone need them, you can contact me, Toastmaster Karima, or DTM Samia. We all have them. So use the timer logo as your background image throughout the speech, and as a timer, I would suggest use an application that is in your laptop. Do not use your mobile again. Your mobile is very beautiful, very unique. However, you might receive a call at any minute. You might run out of battery at any minute. So don't rely on your mobile. Use an application, a computer-based application that you can download. For Windows and for Apple, there are multi timer application, Tiny application that you can use. Plus, during the past few months with the pandemic, many developers have launched small applications for Toastmasters, specifically for Toastmasters. So you would find lots of options, and you don't need to worry about what option do I get. Now, as we said, DTM Walid, I think he shared these small videos. It's a background image. So, and it's a video. So once the speaker starts, you can click start and it will start counting as you see here. Of course, the speaker would not be able to see the seconds. However, they would see the background. Once this counter automatically reaches 5 minutes, it will go green by itself. You don't need to change or think about green or worry about changing the green. Once it reaches 6 minutes, it will shift by itself to the yellow. So this is a perfect timer machine, like the one that we used in the the one that we get from Toastmaster International, the electronic one. So this is similar to it, and there are 3 types. This is the standard speech, 5 to 7 minutes, and we have the standard evaluation, 2 to 3, and we have the 2 to 3 minutes the evaluation, and we have the table topic 1 to 2 minutes. And whenever it reaches the minimum time, it goes green. The mid time it goes yellow, and at the maximum time it goes red. And by the way, it will not show anything to the speaker. Once they pass the 30 seconds, it will remain red until you change the picture. So it's very useful tool. We can try to use it in regular meetings, and if it's solid and reliable, we can start using it in the contest. And I would suggest to use it in contest because it's much more reliable than us human beings. Okay, so Tamar, yes, go ahead.
Toastmaster Zaki, will these videos be available for all the clubs because people are asking for it?
Yeah, anyone who wants this video can contact me, and again, all the credit goes to, I believe, I hope I'm correct, DTM Walid Kazim.
Okay, what's the cost for those videos?
Yeah, it's I'll give you the account number, and they can whatever.
Halas, Toastmaster Zaki, there is a saying that says, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. So I'll wire the videos to everyone with the account number so they can wire the money. Deal? Thank you.
So any more questions on the timer? Okay. So Sergeant at Arms. Now, those are our police, our contest police. Okay. In any Toastmaster meeting or any Toastmaster contest, we have a Sergeant at Arms, and their role is basically do not let anyone out or anyone in from the room. However, In online contests, sergeant at arms are the most important role players in the contest. Why? Especially if we're talking about evaluation or table topic. We're not talking about international speech. In the international speech, the sergeant at arms, basically they start the meeting and they control who or they control the admission from the waiting room to the main room, and they would ask guests to rename themselves or put the correct name. Now, in evaluation and table topics, sergeant at arms are our angels. They are the police officers. One of them will be with the contestant in the breakout room or in the waiting room or in the second room, and they need to make sure that all cameras are on 360 degrees. No one is talking to anybody. No one is holding their mobile. So it's pretty strict. And sometimes if there are like 3 or 4 contestants, we put 2 sergeant at arms to monitor them. Now, the third sergeant at arms would be in the main room, and they would coordinate with the other sergeant at arms. Yes?
Toastmaster Zaki, sorry to bother you, but your background is still green and it's a little bit
Okay.
too bright for us.
Right, to change it. Okay, just a second.
Thank you so much.
Background. Okay, then I have.
Yeah, a live demonstration of how to change the background, everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster Zaki.
You can see this? Great. So, 3 sergeant at arms, 2 at the breakout room and 1 at the main room, and they would coordinate with each other through WhatsApp, through phone calls, through whatever, to let or move the contestants from one room to the second room. In Zoom, we have an option of something called breakout room. A breakout room is now, let's put it this way. Once you log into the Zoom meeting, you will be held in a waiting room. So in the waiting room, you're not able to chat, you're not able to communicate, you're not able to do anything. You're just held in a room where you do not even see who's with you. Now, the host, the co-host might accept you or let you permit to enter the room. Now you go to the main room where the contest is held. In table topics and evaluation, we need to remove the contestants, so we keep only 1 contestant. The other contestant will not be going to the waiting room. Why? In the waiting room, we will not be able to monitor them. So we created something called breakout room. In the breakout room, it's a similar room like this, where they can talk, they can have their video on. Everything is just different, separate room from the main room. Once contestants go to the breakout room, they must turn on their camera. They must turn on their mics, and they must keep their eyes on the camera. If they use a mobile phone, if they look away from the camera, they will be disqualified. Yes, so be careful, Toastmaster Karima. They will be disqualified. Why? We want to make sure that they do not have any contact with the outer world, not to have a fair chance between all contestants, to make sure that no one is receiving a question or a hint from their family or their friends. So they need to have their eyes looking at the camera, their hands free, and it's like they're doing a test. And their mics and video on. If their mics goes off or their videos goes off, then they might be disqualified. After each contestants finish in the main room, then 1 sergeant at arms will call the 2nd sergeant at arms, and they will ask them to ask the 2nd contestants to join the main room again. So we can select, as a host, I can select who go to the breakout room. But to be able to have someone from the breakout room back to the main room, I have to go there. And some hosts, like the contest chair of the set, they don't want to leave the main room. So that's why we have a second sergeant arms. We contact them and we ask them to send contestant number 2 to the main room. As you can see in the images, at the bottom of the page, you will see breakout room. And we will do this practically in next few seconds. So you will see breakout rooms, 4 small squares. That's how you can join a breakout room. Or the host assign you to go to a breakout room, and then you will have this screen. It says the host is inviting you to join breakout room number 1. So you click join. Once you click join, you will be taken out of the main room to the breakout room. Now you will not be able to see anything in the main room or hear anything. But you can communicate with people within the breakout room. Once you're done, you can select return to main room. Now this is very important. Very important. It happened last year several times. When we ask people to return to the main room, they select leave meeting. Do not select leave meeting. Select return to the main session. Please, please, please do not select leave meeting. You would leave the meeting, and then we might run into an issue that, especially if we're talking about table topic question, not evaluation. Evaluation is not a big problem, but table topic is a critical thing. If you leave the meeting while you are in a table topic contest, then we would have hundreds of question marks that we don't need to see. So please select return to main session. Now, I would stop sharing my screen for a bit, and I would ask distinguished Toastmaster Samia to assign all of us to the breakout room. DTM Samia?
Yes, I will do that.
Please assign all attendees, all participants to a breakout room. They can join the breakout room, and then we come back here after that. So we don't need an invitation to come back. We just want to let people try this. So most of us had a pop-up screen now. It says, the host has invited you to join break room. Please join the breakout room. I will be the last one, please. All of us join the breakout room. Toastmaster Sadaqa, you remain here. DTM Sami, you stay here.
Yes, yes. I have 2 personalities, so one here and another here, there. Toastmaster Ilyas, Toastmaster Gina, DTM Abdullah, if you want to go to the breakout rooms.
Welcome back to the main room. So I hope that was clear, moving between 2 rooms. It's not a big deal, except one thing is make sure 100,000 million billion % you do not select leave meeting. This is the most important thing. Make sure you do not select leave meeting. Select leave room or return to main session. Now we'll go to next step, and this is dedicated for people who loves to use their mobile. Using Zoom in your mobile. On your left side, in the left side, you see the main screen of the Zoom application in your mobile. So once you start the application in your mobile, you have the same option as in your PC. New meeting, join, schedule, or share screen. So if you click on join meeting, then you have this screen where you input the meeting link or the meeting ID and then your name, as we said.
Master Zaki,
Yes.
you can't see anything.
Okay, again. Now is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes, you can see it. Okay.
Yes.
So in the left side, you see the main screen when you start Zoom application in your mobile. It is the same thing, new meeting, join, schedule, and share a screen. So you click on join, and then you have this window where you input the meeting ID, and then that's why we say you join a meeting or join the contest from within the Zoom application, not by clicking the link. So you can choose the name before you enter the meeting. It would make it easier for sergeant at arms to let you in faster. So once you input your name and click join, then you join the meeting. Now, if you click on the more, the three dots at the bottom, yes, I have two pages. At the bottom, you would have these options. And one of these options is virtual background, where it is identical to the PC. You can choose a virtual background or you can add a virtual background. You can even raise your hand and or disconnect audio or cancel. Another thing is if you click on participant, you have list of participants. If you click on yours, you have the same option, raise hand, unmute, or rename. And that's how you rename yourself from the mobile. By the way, if you rename yourself in a meeting, that name is deleted once that meeting is finished, and the original name you input during or from within the setting will remain. So that name will not be your permanent name. That name is from one meeting to another. Okay, so any question? DTM Abdullah, did we cover what you had in mind? DTM Abdullah في الإمبارح, are you with us?
Toastmaster Zaki,
Yes.
how many breakout rooms can there be?
Well, you can create, I've tried 4 and they tell me that I reached the maximum. So I don't think there is a limit. Or if there is a limit, I reached 4 breakout rooms and the application did not tell me you have reached the maximum. But in most contests, you don't need more than 2, by the way, Toastmaster Samia. Yes.
Toastmaster Zaki, just a reminder for everyone, if you have questions, kindly write it down and we will mention it to Toastmaster Zaki. Just to keep the order going. Thank you. The stage is back to you.
Okay, so thank you, Toastmaster Karima. Thank you, Toastmaster Samir. So, do you have any question?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Zaki. I think you answered everything during your presentation. That's why everyone is quiet this time.
Yeah, I'm afraid everyone is asleep.
No, they're not.
Okay, so for people, that's an additional surprise, actually additional gift for people who attended. I will share the 3 or the 4 videos in the chat. See how generous I am. I'm not asking for money now. Okay, so that is the timer, table topic timer. That is the 2 minutes silent. That is the evaluation timer. That is 3 to 5 minutes timer, and that is 5 to 7 minutes timer. So you will see the video for timers in the background in the chat. Again, run it once, twice, 3 times, test it. Don't use it in the contest or in any meeting before testing. Then you said Toastmaster Zaki gave it to us. No, test it, try it thoroughly. Make sure that it's working fine in your computer, it's working fine with you. And again, all the credit goes to, I hope I'm getting it right, DTM Walid Kazim, because I've seen it in one of the groups and I downloaded it, so I think it's DTM Walid.
The name keeps changing, Toastmaster Zaki. You keep changing the name.
It's Walid Kazim since the beginning.
And I'm kidding, I'm kidding. It is.
It's Walid Kazim. I hope it's Walid Kazim, I'm not sure. Also, we have again, we have the timer. The timer red, the timer yellow, and the timer green. And we have the timer background. So, any question, anything? I'm all yours. And if you don't have any question, then I hand the stage back to the Toastmaster of the evening. What? Yes. What?
Don't hand the stage back. Just give it a minute for people to write down their questions, because I see some questions coming. MashaAllah, you're in a hurry, Toastmaster Zaki, to leave us.
No, I just want to make sure that I don't get a question that I'm not able to answer.
La. MashaAllah, everyone, again, if you have any questions, kindly write it down in the chat. Even if you type to have the question, I'll probably get it right and tell it to Toastmaster Zaki. Whoever is asking where are the videos are sent here, correct, Toastmaster Zaki, or all these are only the images?
No, everything is here.
Everything is here. And just in case, Toastmaster Zaki will upload all of this to a Google Drive link that's available for everyone, and we will share it in the Toastmaster or in the groups, in the Toastmaster groups. Right, Toastmaster Zaki?
By the way, it's a tiny size.
We can share it directly in the WhatsApp group then?
Yes, very easy.
Okay, someone is asking, and I think this is also regarding the stage movement and the stage mapping, Toastmaster Zaki. Can we stick to one spot while giving the speech, or do we walk left and right?
Again, that depends on your speech content. If your speech content is deliverable in while you're standing, yes, you can do it. But if your speech content is kind of a story that it requires you to move and you don't move, it would impact your scoring negatively. Judges would, I assure you, judges would score you on your stage movement. They will.
Toastmaster Zaki, 2 other questions. Question number 1 is about the background. What if I don't have, what do you call it, a muted background? What if my house is full of stuff and I can't find a space for it? Will that affect it if I have like my bed behind me and stuff behind me?
That is better than using a virtual background.
It's better than using a virtual background. Okay. Also, Toastmaster Zaki, this is a question from my side. When we were doing the last, when we were practicing the table topic contest last year. The Sergeant at Arms has asked us to show the room around us to everyone, do a 360. Will this be happening as well?
Yes, that's what I said. The Sergeant at Arms at the breakout room would ask you to do weird stuff. The Sergeant at Arms would ask you to hold your laptop and have it go 360 degrees. He would ask, or they would ask you to tilt your camera even to show your laps, to make sure your hands like this, to make sure your eyes are stuck at the camera. So you're not allowed, in other words, you're not allowed to go to the bathroom. You're not allowed to drink water. You're not allowed to do anything while you are in the waiting room, especially for table topic. Evaluation is not as critical as table topic. But table topic, because it's a question, so you're not allowed to do anything. And if you have a sergeant at arms like Toastmaster Sadaga, trust me, you will not be able to breathe. He will not allow you to breathe. He would allow you only to sit still and look at the camera. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, another question to Master Zaki, which is regarding if I got, Allah, my connection got disconnected and or my mic got muted. Will I get a chance to restart the speech or have to continue?
Okay, so again, that depends on which contestant or which contest you're participating in. In the international speech, if you got disconnected before you started the speech, they would give you 10 minutes, up to 10 minutes. That was last year agreement. I'm not sure about this year agreement. They would give you up to 10 minutes to reconnect and then start your speech. If you got disconnected during your speech and then connected again, they would give you 30 seconds as a technical issue. If you got disconnected and they lost you, then they would wait for you for 10 minutes. If you got your connection back within that 10 minutes, then you will continue your speech and continue your timing. But if 10 minutes passed and you did not connect again, then you're out. And again, that was last year agreement. We're not sure about this year what the district would choose. Would the district say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes? We have no idea. So again, it is not decided yet.
So it will be shared with us once these rules are decided?
Yes.
Great. One last question. Will only the sergeant at arms see our room, or even the participant with us will see the 360 look?
No. Oh, yeah.
Everyone
Everybody.
in the breakout room will see it.
And that's the trick about the breakout room. Everyone will have their camera on. Everyone will have their audio on. So we will see everything.
Okay, Toastmaster Zaki, that's all the questions I have. Thank you so much for answering all of them generously and sharing all the videos with us. I give you back the stage.
You give me back the stage. I give you back the stage.
So I give it back to Madam DTM Samia. DTM Samia, the stage is back to you, or the screen is back to you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Karima, for amazing facilitating today's workshop. Thank you, Toastmaster Zaki, for this informative session. Really, we loved every single information, and also it was really beneficial for us as a people who will participate, role players, but contestants. We need to know all the information that you put and put efforts to give us today. Thank you, Dr. Zaki. And I think before we continue, let me just thank everyone who attended today. Thank you, recognize Toastmaster Samir Muhammad, our traditional chairman who attended today with other leaders from all over the region. And we have immediate past region advisor, region 11 advisor, who attended and he graced us today by attending our workshop. Thank you all for coming, for attending our workshop today. our leaders. Let me just give something as appreciation to our amazing uh, people who really gave us amazing workshop, amazing team, division C team. Just let me show my screen with. So as I said, thank you all for this great session. Uh, without your work hard to have today's meeting, we cannot have this beneficial workshop. Thank you, Toastmaster Zaki. Especially you are an IT manager, so I think this piece of cake for you. Uh, does it, Toastmaster Zaki? Toastmaster Zaki.
Yes.
Is it a piece of cake for you?
What exactly is a piece of cake?
Today's workshop.
Today's workshop is fine.
What about Zoom and all these technical?
Wallahi, I'm afraid to answer. Then I'll be stuck with something. No, it's fine. Honestly, it is a practice that I think is not that difficult. However, it requires two screens. So anyone who is going to do this for any club contest area or division contest, they need to have two screens in front of them. Do not rely on your laptop screen. It will drive you crazy. You need two screens. That is the minimum you need to be able to maintain a smooth breakout rooms and
You mean for
moving
the
the
role
role
player,
play
not for the contestant, right? For
for the IT,
for the
for the Zoom master.
okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah. For the Zoom master, they need means to be able to manage the the, the movement of role players and breakout rooms.
I think the one thing that we need for contests for speech contests to have a Zoom master. It's really one of the crucial role that we need to have someone who understands Zoom, someone who understands this kind of trick of Zoom. So we need them uh, whenever you have a contest. Please make sure that you are going to have a Zoom master who will help you during the breakout rooms, any technical issues with the contestants, with the role players, with guests. So someone who familiar with IT. Now we have distinguished Toastmaster Ali Shahbaz, our Region 11 advisor, immediate past Region 11 advisor. He is graced us today. We are happy to have you in our workshop, distinguished Toastmaster Ali. If you have anything to say.
Thanks a lot. First of all, I special thanks to Division C Director Samia, her team, and our presenters, DTM Zaki today. I was just listening to a few points, whatever I could catch up. This is much needed right now. We do know the contest cycle has just began around the world. I have personally visited a few clubs, and yes, I see most of the technical issues which our presenter was amazingly mentioning are actually happening in different corners of the world. And for sure, this will this can unfortunately go to the area level division or even district level. Technology is not in our hands, but Toastmasters International is giving us an excellent opportunity to prepare ourselves to face such kind of mishaps with the technology. So I congratulate Division C for coming up with such a training. And I was going to message my district PQD that this is actually happening at a division level. So why not do this at a district level also? So you see how things can inspire others. I remember last year we had a mock council done for the whole region 11 and a mock contest, and many, including our division C director, took part in this uh, when it was first hand experience for everybody. So we are getting better at it. There is Zoom new version which has come up recently with a little more features. So it's time to explore technology, and thanks to Toastmasters, which is giving us such amazing opportunity. I didn't know about Zoom much, probably a year and a half before, but today I know something about it and I'm trying to excel it more. So sorry I had to leave to another meeting. I'm juggling between different meetings, but thanks for having me back and for allowing me to speak. God bless you all. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you, Jazakallah. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Ali, for grace us by showing today, attending. I know that you are busy with other meetings. However, taking from your busy schedule to attend our humble workshop today, it's really make us all proud that we are helping our members in division, in the district, and the whole world. Because we are one family in Toastmasters International. Thank you, all those who attended today. And just let me show the some gesture from the Division C. So for Toastmaster Zaki, thank you, Toastmaster Zaki Abdulaziz Zaki, for today's workshop. I know with also your work busy life that you took this initiative and help us to understand Zoom with all the technical that sometimes it's difficult to understand. However, you make it easy for us to understand today. Thank you, Toastmaster Zaki. And if you have anything to say before we continue.
Thank you so much, Madam Division Director. It was my honor and pleasure to support the division and the district and all Toastmaster members that are.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zaki. And also with our bravest and courageous Division C team, those who helped us today. Toastmaster Sadaga Wazan. I know he is a doctor. He is a ER doctor, and however, he took also the initiative to help us today with our workshop. Thank you for being a great, amazing surgeon on Toastmaster Sadaga. If you have anything to say.
No, thank you for doing these workshops and these amazing and informative lectures and workshops. It's gonna help us all. So either contestants or role players. And it was my pleasure to participate with this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saga. Thank you. And also with our awesome and amazing MC, the one who, with her energetic, enthusiastic personality, who made all this session fun, educational, and professional. Thank you, Toastmaster Karima, for being our MC, our wonderful facilitator. Thank you for your help. If you have anything to say.
Other than big thanks, nothing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you all for attending today's meeting, today's workshop, and hopefully all these efforts from the district, from division, from the region, from the Toastmasters International, the organization that help you to empower you to have and conduct successful speech contests this year. I know it's challenging. However, there is nothing we cannot do. There is no impossible here. It's hard, but possible to do. So thank you for attending, our leaders. Thank you for this amazing workshop. And now I adjourn this meeting, and thank you for attending.